Welcome back everyone to the Rampage Rooks YouTube channel, and welcome back to the OTB tournament recap. This is round 4, and Happy New Year's to every one of you, and Happy 2026. So in this round, I'm playing someone named John. He's around 1950, and coming into this game, I was not feeling awesome after my round 3 game. Those of you who didn't watch that recap, make sure to watch this recap, and then watch that recap. So I'm not feeling awesome. But I was like, okay, my plan here is to just play something kind of simple and just kind of bore him to death. Something easy, something quick to play. So I played e4, and obviously I had no idea what he played. Because I didn't really find a chess base for him, or some sort of online presence. Um, Also because I'm not very good at finding that kind of stuff. But I was expecting some sort of e5, maybe e6, something with the e pawn, and he plays c6 after showing up 2 minutes late, and I was like, all right, awesome. Nothing I expected, awesome. But I decided that in this game, I was playing on Caro-Kann, and I'm just gonna take and play the exchange Caro-Kann with the c3 h3 setup. This c3 h3 is not what I play all the time, but it's something that I you know I wanted to play so that play is easy. I'm just gonna play an f3. I'm gonna castle, and he thought for a while here, and he kind of surprised me. I thought he would play like I don't know, queen c7 or maybe e6, but he played e5. He played the most direct kind of thing to this opening. I took, takes, and there's two ways to play this position. You either drop your bishop back or you play knight f3. And I played knight f3, and I settled for this isolated pawn position. So obviously these kind of moves are interchangeable at this kind of point. I can either play bishop e3 or rook e1 or, knight e2. I don't want to play knight e2 before I develop this bishop because otherwise, it doesn't really make much sense, right? I basically know where this bishop is going to go. It's going to go to e3 to control d4. That's kind of just the point. And he has no knight g4 to attack that bishop. So I play bishop e3, and he thinks for a long another time, and I'm already up like 20 minutes. Because I just told myself I'm just gonna play fast. Because honestly, the last two games I was down on time and not having a good position, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna play fast. That's just kind of the plan here, and yeah, that's just kind of the plan. And he shocked me here. And he played b6. Now, um, this wasn't a complete shock, but it's something where I did not think that was a good move. And it's kind of interesting because obviously I didn't see the actual plan that he had with b6. What I originally thought that he was gonna play bishop b7 and rook c8, and that was kind of his idea to put the bishop on b7 because he thought that was good. I did not think that was good. I thought he had to put the bishop on this diagonal somewhere on, mainly bishop b6, so he could play rook c8 and maybe start some kind of a6 b5 kind of thing. When he played b6, that really just struck me as wrong. And I was wrong with the evaluation. So it's like, where is this bishop gonna go after he plays bishop b7? That's just not. That's an isolated pawn. You're gonna push it forward. It's guarded 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? That's the most guarded square in the position. So I played rook e1 very fast. He played bishop b7. I played knight e2 very fast, and I finally got to his idea, which is to play a5. And his idea was to play a5 and to play bishop a6 and rook c8 and just build from there. Now, after he played a5, I sensed something was wrong with the position because I was like, what? And my gears started turning. I was like, okay, I'm maybe knight d4 to exploit this b5, maybe queen b5, but then I realized, wait, tactics. Take, take, take. Up a pawn. He just completely blundered. So I reach for the b6 pawn, and I take my hand back, and I'm like, wait, let's not let's not play so fast. So it's I was gonna play bishop b6, but the problem I thought with bishop b6 was after queen b6, rook e7, he can't play queen b2, and he can't play queen b2 because I play rook b1, and I skewer his queen to his bishop, and after he takes, and he's down in piece. So obviously, if we do that calculation, he's fine. Um, but I thought that he was gonna play bishop a6, and I thought this was extremely strong. Now, why is it extremely strong? Because if I play queen c2, I need to guard this pawn. He plays rook to b8, and I'm going to be honest with you, I did not see a good move here for me. Because if I play knight b3, he plays a4, and he relinquishes the guard of the b2, and then he just swoops into b2. And this endgame, I did not think I was going to be good here, because my c pawn is weak. He's going to make love for his king. knight e4 is coming. It's not a position that's, I love, right? So I was thinking about it, and I was also like, wait, he can also change the move order. After rook b6, he can play bishop a6. I was like, I didn't even see this move. And then after takes, he throws in queen b1. And he's up in exchange here. And I was like, okay, so bishop b6 doesn't work. Now, it turns out that my first instinct with bishop b6 was actually correct. This line, after queen b6, rook e7, queen b2, rook b1, bishop a6, it's better because I have queen takes h7, which didn't even, it didn't even cross my mind. Because after knight h7, I win b2, and I'm up a pawn. Now, I don't know how much of a pawn this really is, but the engine seems to like it. So obviously, kind of missed a chance. But yeah, I didn't feel this was good, so I decided, why am I fast playing the position? I'm going to play knight d4. And I realized that probably bishop b6 is what the engine's going to say. But I'm just going to okay, I'm going to put my knight on d4, and I'm going to see what his plan is. He doesn't have an easy plan. I'm going to be honest, he doesn't have an easy plan. So he played knight d7. I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, he's going to reroute to either e5 or c5, mainly probably c5, bishop a6, and he's going to try to exploit the d3 square, because I don't have a light square bishop. So I play knight f5, he plays knight c5, I take on e7 first, and I throw in this move, queen f5. And I was very proud of this move, because I was like, okay, so if he plays g6, trying to induce this, I slide my queen back to c2, and I provoke g6 so that these dark squares are weak. Like, I might not be playing. I might not be 2.5 out of 3, right? But I'm clearly feeling the position well. Like, I know that this is gonna be an overall win for me because these like dark squares are black's liability. So he played queen d8, and this move I just knew I was so much better here. And also, okay, I'm gonna play rook d1 really quickly. He plays g6, queen c2, rook c8, knight f3, queen c7. And after he played queen c7, he has less than 20 minutes on his clock. And right now, I'm feeling very good because this is honestly, so far, a perfect game. I'm not trying to hype myself up or anything, but this was the game that I wanted to play the whole tournament. Something simple, something easy to play, and something where I clearly just outclassed him from the opening. But this wasn't all she wrote, right? So he played queen d2, and I spent some time, and now it's about. I have like a 10-minute or maybe 15-minute advantage. Rook e8, bishop d4, knight e4, and here I kind of blow most of the time advantage. Not all of it, but I get below 20 minutes, and he has around 6 minutes here, which is kind of crazy because clearly, both of us don't know how to manage our time. And I played queen h6, and the problem is that his dark squares are just cooked. He has to play f6, and here I was just like, I don't know what to play. Because the problem is, I don't have an easy move. And what he's going to do, he's going to play rook e7, he's going to guard this, he can play rook f8, guard this, maybe double up, and he's going to bishop a6. Like, he has some active prosperities. Once he guards f6, he's going to rotate his knight to f5. And I was like, okay, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be fair. And I saw one of you in the comments said that my microphone was too low or that, you can't hear me. So I hope this is better. I hope this is better. I do have it pretty high. But maybe I'm gonna put the speakers a little bit. Is this better? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. So after f6, obviously this is like the last round, so I want to play a good game. I want to play a nice game to cap it off. And I find a very nice maneuver. I find knight back to h2. And the backward knight moves are kind of what kills black. And the problem is that I'm going to go knight g4. I'm attacking f6. And he might have to like really defend here. In which case I'm going to kick away this knight. I'm going to exploit the e-file. I'm going knight g4. I'm going to go h4, h5. And this was just a clean plan. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say I'm winning here, but I'm definitely better, and I definitely should go on to win this game. And it's not really like me. I'm not a very positive person. But, I was feeling good about my position. So he played queen d6, obviously, and now he has like 3 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, he is prone to blunder. Like that's just how the human brain works, right? And like I'm prone to blunder, he's prone to blunder. Everyone in the tournament was prone to blunder. Even Agesh Panchanathan, who was a GM that showed up to this tournament, which is pretty cool, honestly. I wish I put up more of a stellar performance this tournament so I could play with one of those guys, but you know, hey, it happens. He plays rook f8 and I play h4. And this is kind of the plan all along. I want to play h5. I want to attack g6 because he weakened his pawn on g6. And he plays rook c7. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see that move. That's a good move. And now I don't know what to play. Because h5, he's just going to autopilot rook g7. Queen e3, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, that's probably the way to go, right? I probably should have forced his rook there. But I was like, I don't know, do I want to do this? He's going bishop c8, and he's going to try to hit my knight. And I don't have any easy plan here. I mean, I just do. I mean, I can just take b6, and he just completely lost. But I started to creep below 20 minutes, and now I'm at like 17 minutes, and I play queen e3. And my idea was very simple. I'm going to play knight h6 check. I'm going to play h5, a combination of b6 being attacked, f6 being attacked, f3 is going to come, and he has to find a plan, and he can't play rook f7. So he plays knight c5, and I'm like, okay, I know that's a bad move. But the problem is, I don't know why that's a bad move. And now that I'm below a certain amount of time, I'm like, well, I know my position is good. As you guys can see with the eval, I am better. But the problem is, I don't know what to do in the position. So I play queen f3. I'm like, how is he guarding this pawn? Like, he can go 94 again, but I mean, okay, like, actually probably not this. Actually, maybe this. And this endgame, I mean, it's probably winning. It's opposite colored bishops, but the aggressor and opposite colored bishops are just going to be better. Make sure to keep that in mind. The aggressor of the opposite colored bishops are going to have an advantage. It's not always equal. So that queen f3, and he finally blundered. He played rook f7. I was like, okay. So he blundered, and he blundered because I have a fork, simple fork. And I think he saw this, because I didn't really see a change of expression in his face. And I think he wanted me to give away the knight for the rook, because he was just like, okay, well, now he doesn't have easy moves. But so now in my head, I know I'm completely winning. And it's a combination of playing this, h5, h6, and somehow I have to get these rooks and bishop more help. So I play queen e3. And I kind of take a sigh of relief because I'm like, oh my god, finally a well-played game in this tournament. I'm feeling pretty happy, but I know the game isn't over. He plays a4, I play h5, bishop c6, which is an awesome move, honestly. I did not see this move, which covers e8. So kudos to my opponent. I mean, he played a good move. I didn't see this. So my plan was to play h6 and queen e8, but I was like, oh, he played bishop e6, that's a good move. I don't know what to do. And I should have played queen g5. And to this day, I don't know what I missed about queen g5. And it's just h6 or hg. And bishop's so dominant here. And but I played queen h3. It's not a bad move. He played knight e4. I played rook e3. And my plan was to just try to go for his king, kick out his knight if I can. Or maybe just play rook f3 and just hit f6, right? That's kind of just the plan. He played bishop d7, and I was like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I was planning this from around here. I was like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play h4, h5, and I'm going to play my pawn on h6, make his king go back, and I'm going to try to trade these queens. And why am I going to try to trade these queens? Because if he moves back, he relinquishes this file, so his dark square is going to be weak. And I can infiltrate on the backhand with queen b8 check, and I don't know, maybe zigzag my way into his position. So I was like, okay, I'm going to execute this. So first I bring up my rook, and then after bishop d7, I was like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. He attacks my queen, so I'm going to play it. h6 check, king g8, and I play queen h2. And I play queen h2. I hit the clock. And I see that I blundered. Because back here, let's say he played bishop c6, queen h3, bishop d7. I could play queen h2. Or actually, let's say knight e4. I could play queen h2. Because after takes, f2 is not hanging. It's just not hanging, right? And I play f3, and I play g4, g5, and I attack this pawn. Life is awesome. I'm completely winning. Uh, but I played rook e3. And because I played rook e3, when I play queen h2, he can take. With 1 minute on his clock for 7, I play queen h2 in 50 seconds, and he takes. And he was gonna play queen c6, and then he looks at me kind of. He's like confused, and he reaches over and he takes my queen, and I could not tell you what I was feeling in that amount of time, but I mean, one of the worst feelings probably ever. This was a masterpiece of a game. I mean, this was the game that you love to see. 92, 94. I closed my knight on e5. I bait him into playing g6, concessioning his weak dark squares. I slap my knight back to h2. I end up winning one of his exchange, and I convert, and I miscalculate, and you can just take. You can take because f2 is hanging, and now it's not only f2. It's the fact that I put my rook on the only square where it can be forked on g4. The only square! And this was so tough. I played rook e1, and he played knight g4, and he takes. And I go from being up in exchange, completely winning on the board, to down a pawn. Now, the thing about this position is it's very hard to lose. I'm going to be honest, it's very hard to lose because the problem is b6 is hanging and f6 is weak, and what I'm going to do is if he plays b5, I'm going to play rook f3, and he's going to force to play f5, and I just plant my king on the dark squares. I played rook e3, I control the whole e file. And this is just going to be a draw. Most of the time, like, these kind of positions are just going to be a draw because it's opposite colored bishops. You put all your pawns on the dark squares, and you just control your whole, you control the dark squares, they control the light squares, and no one's going to go into another person's position. And what I'm trying to count on here is some sort of blunder because he has 50 seconds. But now I'm not in the mental capacity right now. But he plays rook f8, and I'm like, what? That move makes no sense. I think when he told me after the game, he just panicked when he played rook f8. And now I could have played bishop b6, but I was like, he's gonna play rook b8 and just attack b2. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play rook e7, but he just plays rook f7. And I went for bishop takes f6, and I was like, okay, well, if he takes, then he's losing. Because rook g7, he can play king h8, but I play rook d7, and this h6 pawn is a thorn. And make no mistake, this endgame is dead lost. Once I win this, the pawn on h6 was a good asset for me. Because I mean he just can't allow this, and if it's king f8, it's kind of the same thing. Maybe he can try to play rook f7, but then I play rook d6. I'm also attacking d5. He's not going to be in great shape here. So he had to trade the rooks. And it's kind of the only thing I had with rook f6. I mean, I could have also done this, but the problem with this is I give him g5 and king g6, and it's one thing to throw away an advantage, and another thing to throw away to a loss. And maybe this isn't losing, but I'm not going to take a risk that I'm really not prepared to take. So I took on f6, he took on e7, and this is just going to be a draw because at the end of the day, he's put all his pawns on the light squares, and I'm putting all my pawns on the dark squares. So I play my bishop on d4, and we shuffle back and forth. He forces all my pawns to these squares, and we repeat. And he offers me a draw, and I accepted. And this was rough. This was rough. So I end this tournament with 1.5 out of 4, which is 2 out of 5, obviously, because I take a bye. And it should have been 2.5, man. I mean, this was probably one of the best games. My best game in this tournament. For 33 moves. 34 moves. It was my best game in the tournament. And on the 35th move, I messed it up. It happens. So, it's not the end of the world, but games like this just kind of show me that clearly I'm kind of rusty. because I just don't miss tactics like that. Like I'm a very good tactic player, which is why I saw this 92 94 very quickly. But you know this game hurt. Um, but I mean it's a draw, it's not a loss, so it's not the end of the world. And that concludes the Charlotte Winter Classic. I end with 2 out of 5. Not my best tournament, obviously. Game 3 was just completely terrible, but I hope I delivered some awesome games for you guys to look at. And that concludes. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that concludes the Charlotte Winter Classic. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament recaps, and I will be playing another tournament this weekend, so I will be coming with way more recaps of my OTB journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tournament, and until next time, see you guys soon. Happy New Year's, everyone, and take care.